done. DP expression is done. Next, base conditions. What do we do for base conditions? Everyone, base condition. DP of 0 equal to 1. Okay. Will this work for index 0? Will this work for index 0? So if you imagine this code, you'll iterate from here to here. Your max will be 0 and plus 1 becomes 1. So your DP of 0 will become 1. How will you write this code? You will have the I loop. Then you will say max equal to 0. You'll have the J loop and the if condition, and you'll update max. And after this, you will write DP of I equal to M plus 1, right? That's how you'll write this code, right? So will it work for index 0? Again, you are saying no. Will it work for index 0? There is no iteration here. So M remains 0. So M plus 1 becomes 1. So can we say that we don't need any base condition? We can run this from 0th index till the last index. What next? Table size and space complexity. We are declaring a DP table of size n. So space becomes big of n. What about time complexity? N square. Where is the answer? Where is the answer? Max of DP array. Answer can be in the DP array. Can we do any space optimization? Can we do any space optimization? No, right? Current index depends on all prefixes. So you cannot optimize the space. So our current solution is n square comma n. Can we do something to optimize it? the way we observe something and optimize the previous problem solution. Can we do something here?
Sir,
Yeah.
I have a small doubt in brute force solution complexity.
Okay.
So, we will be requiring 2 power n time complexity for generating every sequence,
Right.
and we have to check that sequence whether it is increasing or not.
That depends on the implementation. If you're going with the iterative bit manipulation code for generating subsets, it constantly will be 2 power n into n. If you're going with the backtracking approach, you can only generate valid subsequences. You can figure out what was the previous element taken, and based on that, you can decide if current element should be taken or not.
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys, anything?
Sir, just one approach. Don't know whether it is valid or not. Can we maintain a max heap with the values like the DP values and the associated array value, so that we can get the max element instead of
3
any.
comma 1,
Ah,
then 10 comma 2, and then
it's not with a 3 comma 1, but 1 comma 3, something like that.
okay, 1 comma 3, then I'm just writing randomly 2 comma 10, and then uh, 2 comma 6. Now 21 comes up, what do we do?
Mm. It is 3 comma 21. So
Its value is 2,
hmm,
and the element is 10. So we can take it for sure, right?
yes.
The answer of 21 becomes 3. So we push 3 comma 21.
Mhm.
Now when 15 comes up, we cannot take this, right?
Huh.
So what do we do with it?
So, okay. So ideally we need to have a able to access next max element. That's not possible. Yes. Okay.
And insert again, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else, anyone? When you have 21, is it required to consider the answer of all of these? Okay, forget about it. Okay, so we'll solve it in a different manner. Okay, we'll try to maintain a additional array, say BR. Understand what does BR of I denote. Okay, BR of I will denote smallest ending element, smallest ending element for increasing subsequent of length I. Okay, if I talk about BR of 2, if I talk about BR of 2, assuming these are not there, BR of 2 should denote smallest ending element for increasing subsequence of length 2. Here we see there are multiple increasing subsequences of length 2. 310 is the increasing subsequence of length 2. 36 is also there. 321 is also there. 1021 is also there. 621 is also there. All of these are increasing subsequences of length 2. But what is the smallest ending element? It is 6, right? So the value here should be 6. BR of 2 denotes smallest ending element for increasing subsequence of length 2. These indexes denote what? These indexes denote length of increasing subsequence. Okay. if the entire array was present, what will be B out of 2? 4, right? Because this is an increasing subsequence and 4 becomes the smallest element for increasing subsequence of length 2. Okay, all right. There won't be a subsequence of length 0, so index 0 will not be used. When we encounter 3, can we say BR of 1 becomes 3? As of now, we haven't seen these elements. When we encounter 10, can we say BR of 2 becomes 10? When we encounter 6, what should we do? Should we replace 10 with 6? When we encounter 21, can we put 21 here? And can we say that so far we have got an increasing subsequence of length 3? So 3 is the answer so far. Since 3 is filled up, can we say 3 is the answer so far? Next we encounter 15. What do we do? Replace 21 with 15. Just to understand better, say instead of 15 you had 5. Then what will you do? You will replace this with 5, right? So if you look at it logically, what are we doing? We are trying to minimize the ending element of subsequence of every length so that the scope of increasing the length of the subsequence maximizes. If we have 15 over here, we can definitely add 18. But if we had 20 here, we cannot add 18. We are trying to minimize the ending element so that the scope of increasing the length with the help of new element maximizes. And if you look at it programmatically, as Srivatsa pointed out, when 5 came up, we simply found the seal of 5, which was 6. We replaced 6 with 5. 9 comes up, you find the seal of 9, which is 21. You replace 21 with 9. 13 comes up, seal of 13 is not present, so you can increase the subsequence length. 20 comes up, seal of 20 is not present, you can increase the subsequence length. 4 comes up, seal of 4 is 5, you replace 5 with 4. At the end, you had index 5 filled up, so your answer becomes 5. Is that clear? Rohit, if there was 22 over here, we had 3, 5, and 21. Seal of 22 is not present, so we'll append 22, and the length will become 4. I hope you understand one thing. that this is not giving you the subsequence. 3, 4, 9, 13, 20 is not the subsequence. This is only giving you the length of the subsequence. Complexity. Simple. For every element, we find the seal and replace it. If seal is not found, we simply insert the element. So n log n, space is n. In worst case, this can grow up to n. Are you guys clear? Are you able to follow? In the second solution, if I ask you to print the subsequence, can you do it? How will you do it? How will you print the subsequence? How will you print the subsequence? You can simply start with the answer. Answer is 5. So you start with 20. After this, you again run this kind of a loop. That is, you try to find the element which is less than 20, where the DP value is 4. So you'll find 13. So you simply print 13. After that, again iterate, find the element less than 13 where DP value is 3. You'll find 9. You can print 9. Find element less than 9. DP value should be 2. There are multiple elements having DP value as 2, but only 6 is less than 9. So you will print 6 and so on. Is that clear? Complexity for printing the LIS. Complexity for printing the LIS. If you go like this, its constant will be n square. But what we can also do is we can store another previous array where we can store which previous index it is coming from. So the previous of index 7 will be index 6. Previous of index 6 will be index 5. Previous of index 5 will be index 2. Previous of index 2 will be index 0. So when you start from here, you simply print 20, then you go to 6, you print, screen is stuck. Okay. 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 So what I was trying to point is you can maintain a previous array, which will indicate from which previous index your current answer came. So previous of 7 will be 6, answer of 7 came from 6. Previous of 6 will be 5, previous of 5 will be 2, previous of 2 will be 0, and so on, right? Previous of 4 will be 2, previous of 3 will be say also 2, and so on. So you start from 20, you print 20, then you go to index 6, you print 30, then you go to index 5, you print 9, then you go to index 2, you print 6, then you go to index 0, and you print 3. So while doing this, you can also store the previous index. That is, if array of j greater than, if dp of j greater than m equal to dp of j, and previous equal to j. And along with this, you can also store previous of I equal to pp. Let's use variable name as p here. I hope you understood. This previous, you can do it in n time. Okay, enough discussion on this. We'll move forward. I'll give you 2 minutes of time to see if you have any doubts or to make your notes, and then we will move forward.
Amit, I have a question. The thing is, the new optimization which I said for printing, that one, it would be the time complexity would be n square plus n, right? N square for normal DP one.
Yeah, that will take n square for sure. Printing will take n time. Does that answer your doubt?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, cool. We'll move forward, everyone. What is the meaning of NCR? For example, if I ask you 5C2, you may tell me that 5C2 is 10, right? So what is the meaning of that 10? What is the meaning of NCR? NCR denotes number of ways of selecting R objects from N objects, right? Number of ways of selecting R things out of N things, right? And how do we compute it? N factorial by R factorial into N minus R factorial. Do you know that we can also write NCR as N minus 1 CR minus 1 plus N minus 1 CR? Who all knows about this? Is it valid? Can we write it like this? Or is there a mistake with this? Should it be this or this? Okay, who all do not know about this? That we can write something like this. Guys, if you don't respond, I will have to stop the session, okay? I am being very serious about it. I still got only 40 out of 150 responses. Saying me, right? Do you even know what the question was? You're just saying me. Okay. So assume that these were the n objects and say you are at the nth object. You have to find the ways of selecting r items out of n items. At the nth object, you have two options. Either you can take it or you skip it. If you take it, what will be the remaining problem statement? Yeah, now some of you are saying, okay, now I get it. If you select the nth item, what is the remaining problem statement? We have to select n minus 1, we have to select r minus 1 out of n minus 1. And if we don't take it, what is the remaining problem statement? We still have to select r items out of n minus 1 items. We can do either this or this. So we combine them with the addition. So NCR becomes n minus 1 CR minus 1 plus n minus 1 CR. Do you understand logically this formula? Can you prove it mathematically? That is, break this down using this expression. Break this down using this expression. Take common numerator, take common denominator, add up the two terms and see if you are getting this. Srivatsa, it will hardly take 2 minutes of time. Everyone else, I expect you to do this and check if it's satisfying mathematically as well. We haven't done any mathematical proof in the entire course. At least let us do one. Are you guys done? You'll have something like this. This will come out in common numerator. This can be written as n minus r into n minus r. So this will also come out common denominator. This can be written as r into r minus 1 factorial. So r minus 1 factorial, r minus 1 factorial will come out. So it will look something like this will be your common numerator, and then this will be your common denominator. Then you will have 1 by n minus r plus 1 by r. If you simplify it, you will get this. Okay. Done. Can we move forward? Okay, great. Say you want to compute 10c6. It will depend on 10c5. Will it depend on 10c5? It will depend on n minus 1 cr minus 1 and n minus 1 cr. Then this will depend on n minus 1 cr minus 1, n minus 1 cr, and this will depend on 8c5 and 8c6 and so on. What do you observe? We have overlapping subproblems. That means we can use DP. Yes. This is our step 1. Finding overlapping subproblems. Will we have optimal substructure? No, right? What is step 2? Step 2, DP state. You understand that both n and r are changing. So we'll have a 2-dimensional DP state. DP of ij will denote number of ways to select j items out of I items. Basically, it's nothing but ICJ and what will be the DP expression? N minus 1 CR minus 1, N minus 1 CR. So ICJ will be I minus 1 CJ minus 1 plus I minus 1 CJ. So DP of IJ will be DP of I minus 1 J minus 1 plus DP of I minus 1 J. Do you understand this? Okay, next. Step 3 is also done. Next. Base conditions, right? So for finding the base conditions for a two-dimensional DP, we will follow this kind of approach. We will just draw a matrix. We'll assume that this cell is I comma j. And now if you look at the DP expression, we see that it depends on I minus 1 j minus 1 and I minus 1 j. I minus 1 j minus 1 is somewhere here, previous row, previous column, and I minus 1 j, I minus 1 j is somewhere here, just above the current cell. Now if I call this dependency 1 and dependency 2, for which cells of the matrix is dependency 1 not available? For which cells of the matrix is dependency 1 not available? For both zeroth row and zeroth column, right? And for which cells is dependency 2 not available? For zeroth row, right? But we have already considered zeroth row, so nothing more to consider. So this will go from 0, 1 to up to where? Basically what I'm asking is, what is the size of this DP table? Okay. Where is the answer going to be? The answer is going to be at DP of NR. If you replace IJ with NR, if you replace IJ with NR, you get number of ways to select R items out of N items, that is NCR, which is what we are supposed to solve, right? So answer will be at DP of NR. That means table size will be N plus 1 by R plus 1. So this will go up to R, and this will go up to N. So coming to base condition, all cells in zeroth row will fall under base condition, and all cells in zeroth column will fall under base condition. If this is 5, if this is 5, what should be the value here? If this is 5, what should be the value here? In how many ways can you select 5 items out of 0 items? In how many ways can you select 5 items out of 0 items? 0 ways, right? So you understand that all this will be 0. And if this was 4, what should be the value here? in how many ways can you select 0 items out of 4 items? What is 4C0? 4C0 is 1, right? So everything here will be 1. This is common to both of them. This is common to both of them. What should be the value here? What is 0C0? 0C0 is 1, right? So this should be 1. So can we say that for all columns from first column till last column, dp of 0j should be 0? And can we say that for all rows starting from 0th row till the last row, the value of dp I0 should be 1? Did you understand the base conditions? And did you understand how we came up with the base conditions? Okay, Yashwant and Funny, what is not clear, please ask.
Sir, you said, what is not available for I comma j, and you said it is 0, 0, right?
Yes.
So that thing is my
So
first question.
this is ij. Its dependencies are I minus 1, j minus 1, which is coming from here. There is another I minus 1, j. So I minus 1, j minus 1 will be somewhere here.
Yes, sir.
I minus 1 means previous row. J minus 1 means previous column.
Yes. Yeah.
So this is the first dependency.
Yes.
I minus 1, j means this.
Yeah.
So this becomes the second dependency.
Mhm.
Now for which cells of the entire matrix is second dependency not available? We need a cell above, right?
Yeah. So for the first,
Yeah, for the 0th row.
yeah, for 0, 2 will not have it.
So this entire thing should fall under base condition.
Yeah.
And if you look at the dependency 2, for which cells is this not available?
For 0, 0.
For entire here, right? Because for this, the dependency is somewhere here, which is outside the
Yeah.
map. Even for these, the dependency is somewhere here, which is not available, right?
Yes.
From this, can we say that 0th row as well as 0th column will fall under base condition?
Yeah.
And we tried to understand what should be the value here by taking an example. And we saw that 0, 0 was common for both of them. So we tried to understand its value separately. Okay. Based on that, we said entire 0th row from first column to last column will be 0. Entire 0th column from 0th row to the last row will be 1. In this process,
Got it, sir.
cool. In this process, did we solve step 5 also? Step 5 is supposed to be table size. So we got step 5 also. From this, we can find out space complexity. In terms of big O, can we write it is n into r? What about step 6? Okay, steps still remain same. Step 6. Time complexity. How many DP states are there? If you understand the base condition right, then you can run this from first row till nth row and first column till rth column, because 0th row and 0th column were covered in base conditions. So how many DP states are there? You can also understand from this how many DP states are there. Each cell of the matrix is a state, right? So can we say that there are these many states? Can we say that there are n plus 1 by r plus 1 states? Of course, few of them fall under base condition. Few of them will be calculated through this. Can we say we have n plus 1 by r plus 1 DP states? And each state takes big of 1, either through this or through this. Each state takes big of 1. So can we say the time complexity is number of states, which is n plus 1 by r plus 1, into time taken by each state, which is 1. Of course, this converts to big O of n into r. And in this process, we also answered step 7. Step 7 was finding where is the answer, right? Now all you are left with is step 8. Any doubts, please ask. If no doubts, work on step 8. Let me know if there's a possibility to optimize the space, right? Step 8 is about space optimization. We'll take a short break here. I'll open the breakout rooms. Anyone who has any doubts, feel free to join the breakout rooms and get your doubts clarified. We'll take a 15-minute break. And while joining the breakout rooms, try to join that room which has least number of participants, so that we can balance the participants between the breakout rooms. All right, mentors, please move to the respective breakout rooms.